Hello guys, my name is Starfarer, and welcome back to another Morrowind Let's Play video. We are here playing on the Bloodmoon expansion of Morrowind. Last episode, we just did a whole bunch of random things, like breaking up a smuggling ring. We lost our boy Sanus, and unfortunately, in our absence, the castle was attacked by some kind of werewolves. And so we need to get all the way to the top of the map to try to figure out what's going on. But there's a whole bunch of things we can do along the way, like see if we can find the lost missionary, see if we can find the crashed the airship, and then escort these nerds. So that's what we're going to be doing.
What do you need?
You get to take the lead. None of us are particularly fond of the woods. We're not cowards. We felt you'd be better off leading the way. I can at least mark the spot on the map so you know which way to go. Okay. Oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Whatever. Alright. It's going to be more challenging than it looks because there's some crazy, well, there's wolves, bears, and things that you have to kill 3 times because they resurrect themselves. We're going to try to steer clear of any monsters. That's the goal. Wish they had more, like, trails. So I don't know if the bears just auto-attack you. I want to get to that tomb, but I also don't want to be killed by the bear. Okay. A bone wolf. Yes, we are still headed for Raven Rock. Oh, there's another tomb. I want to explore it so bad. Is Raven Rock on both sides? I have to say, of my experience so far between the two DLCs, this one actually strikes me most similar to Morrowind, even though most people would disagree. Please don't attack her. They're going to attack her. She is going to destroy you in 5 seconds. Wait for it. Jeez, those things are stupid. I don't know, just like the overall quests, everything, it just seems much more Vardenfell. I mean, the factions carry over, just how it's written so far. I mean, we'll see what actually happens, but... Alright, so apparently we're at Raven Rock. And I don't see any homes. See this guy. Well, we've made it here in one piece. Thank you for the escort. Perhaps we'll run into each other again. Very well, I'll be managing the site from here and answering only to Carnius. Since you're here, I have an assignment for you. Carnius sent you to me for more instructions, yes? Well, you can finish the task I was working on before you got here. Now, some of the workers have arrived. I need you to stay here and supervise. Boo. Take this ebony ore and find 4 more pieces like it. Carnius needs some proof for our investors that this venture is worth it. There's quite an abundance of ebony ore in the area, which is why we chose the site. He's in such a hurry to get started, he'd come right out so he doesn't care where the ore comes from, as long as he's got enough to show investors. So lame. So Raven Rock is like literally just a rock? Oh, what the frick? Oh, that was easy, I guess. Alright, well, we'll head back and check on that tomb while we're here. And then I really want to start working on getting north if possible. Man, why does this have to be copy and pasted? It's slightly different. Those things are so weird looking.
What is it?
Ah, so you have the ore Falco asked for. He couldn't even accomplish that by himself, could he? No matter. The investors are waiting for this, so hand it over. Here's payment for the job. I don't have any other work for you right now, so come back and see me in about 3 days. Oh, and take this stock certificate. It's a way to offset the cost of establishing and developing the colony. Each employee is issued a certificate that has a value based on how well it's performing. If you decide you'd like to exchange it for money, it can be arranged. He gave me 100 gold. Dang, Daniel. Really? Alright, fair enough. Let's get out into the real world, I guess. Okay, so our plan is we need to go find a lake. It might be that. It's a little far north, but could be what we're looking for. It's the only lake I see on the map. Okay, I think this is the lake. Weaklings. Interesting.
Begone, stranger.
There's nothing here but these nerds' cabins. Whoa. S. Here's the equipment I told you about. Remember, the weak deserve no mercy. Ring of Raven Eye. Fortify marksman. 20 points on self. Holy cow. Hello, traveler. I'll tell you about my wares, but by now you're probably well aware of my craftsmanship. My weapons are unmatched. I make some of the fine bear and wolf armor that many of Soulsteam Nords are so fond of. I must admit that I'm growing weary of patching together the same old wolf and bear pelts. I long urge to test my abilities and make some custom fur armor using more exotic animals. There's elusive species called snow wolves and snow bears. It said the pelts of these animals have magical qualities. Just think of the armor I could create. If you were to provide me with pelts and enough gold, I'd gladly make a custom set. Bring me the snow wolf pelts and gold, and I'll make a piece of custom light snow wolf armor. You're right about the poor lass. She came here preaching about the evils of the drink. Irich the Unworthy got right furious. He took that missionary and has her locked in his room. He likes to taunt her and beat her. It's just not right. That Ikert's a braggart and is unloved by the lot, but he is a clan brother and we can't interfere in his business. Shame someone doesn't teach him a lesson. He's inside the meat hall. Careful though, friend. He isn't the friendliest. So that must have been what this stuff was. I welcome you to the Mead Hall of Thirsk. If you behave yourself, we'll get along fine. If you haven't already, just introduce yourself to Sojourn Wolfrunner.
Keep your distance, friend, if you want to keep your head.
Hello, good Ricky Davidson. Soldier Wolfrunner is my name. I am the chieftain of Thirsk and welcome you to our home. You may not find a better meat hall anywhere. Not even in Skyrim. For 100 years, Thirsk has withstood all manner of attack, including Reeklings. But the meat hall still stands and its hospitality is unmatched. She started talking about her shrine, began preaching about the evils of mead. Nice lass, but high-strung. Irich didn't really like what she had to say. Thought he'd teach her a lesson. I'm not really sure where she is now. Gestures this head to the staircase leading to the second floor. Nice.
Enjoy our what a life.
Perhaps you'd like to buy one of my books. I'm a bookseller by trade and my real passion is writing. I recently finished 2 scholarly works, Thirsk History and Sovereign. Why would you want a history about this little shack? Okay, let's see if his book has anything interesting to say. Actually, this is also interesting. Let's see.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
I'm guessing what we're looking for is in this room. Please, stranger, help me. I'm being held prisoner by that disgusting gnome Eichric. I came to the meat hall to preach the way of the nines, and this is how I was repaid. To stay away from barbarians and their love of drink. That foul Eichric poured meat on me, then he struck me. I awoke in his chamber. That was over 3 weeks ago. Every day he comes in to taunt me and beat me. The only food and drink I've been given is rotting meat and mead. Please, stranger, you must release me so that we may travel together. Back to the cult shrine. Are you coming? I kind of want to see if he has anything to say. The missionary is mine, you understand. I knew you were trouble. Now I'm gonna have to teach you some manners.
Run while you still can, child.
Alright. Let's see.
Try Skaal. Now there's gold.
Enjoy.
I take it you want something. Well, what is it?
Alright, let's get this lady home. Alright, now I'm going to take this lady back home, see if I can find any airship stuff along the way. And then we're probably going to get back up to the top here. Which actually, what we should just do, so I don't have to travel back. Set my mark here. Alright, we'll meet you guys back here. Okay, we got the missionary.
Ah, yes. Thank you.
By the 9 divines, please take this gold. I know it's not much, but it's all we have in our coffers. I wish I could give more. Dope. So, let us recall back to where we were. Okay, and now we can go back to the Skaal village. And we should theoretically just be able to divine intervention for a Frostmoth from wherever we are. I wonder if they crashed under the lake. The airship. The Skaal village. The disappearance of Carnius. So these Nords are like wolf worshippers. Yeah, already they don't like me, because I'm not one of them. What do you want, stranger? The Skaal wish you no harm, but would you mind your manners while you're within our walls? We make no exceptions. Now, what is this I hear about an attack on the Imperial fort? The soldiers, pff, they cut ties. They cut their trees and dig their holes, not little to show after a day's toil. They do not respect the landlord's creatures, and for that I find them offensive. But though I have no love for them, the Skaal would never do such a thing. We prefer to let the Imperials kill themselves slowly. But these creatures that attacked, these were not wolves. Now, have you finished your business here? You say you brought the bones of one of our ancestors. Stupid Imperials, they need to learn to leave things as they are. Still, it is good you have returned this to Skaal. Perhaps there is hope for you and your kind. You are welcome here for the moment, but there is much to atone for. The Imperials and their forts have brought nothing but harm to these lands. They cut the trees, dig the earth, they are wasteful, lazy, and careless. They have no comprehension of the oneness of the land. It is this oneness from which the Skaal derive our strength, and the Imperials have defiled the land. To the balance of trees, waters, wolf, bear, the Imperials have no respect. I wish for you to make things right, Ricky Davidson. You will be the one to restore the balance of the Skaal. It is right that you do this, as it is your people who have caused damage. Speak with Korst Windeye in the shaman's hut. He will give you further instructions.
You were told to perform the rituals needed to restore the power of the Skaal. What have you done?
Yeah, nothing. Greetings to you, wanderer. Why have you come? Restore the power of the balance. Hardfang wishes for you to do this, does he? Then I will assist you. There's a ritual that must be completed. On Solsteam you will find 6 standing stones, each representing one of the 6 gifts of the All-Maker. At each of these stones the ritual must be completed. Once the ritual of the gifts is complete, oneness should be restored. It would be too much to take for any not. It would be too much for any not of the Skaal to remember. Here, take this, it will explain the rituals and guide you on your way. The book may be of some use to you as well. If you remain with the Skaal, you should and understand our beliefs. The sun was hot, the crops grew long, Skaal grew complacent and lazy. They forgot all the gifts, they chose not to remember. The adversary appears an unholy beast. You can know him as Thartag the World Devourer, or the Greedy Man. Thartag the World Devourer and the Greedy Man, those are both 2 very different things. So this kid decides to go get these great gifts back. So this is like what I have to do. Okay. We'll focus on this one at a time then. Okay. Windstone, beaststone, treestone, waterstone. Let's see if we can find. The windstone is at the crux of the two rivers. The beaststone is by the lake. So if we go basically exactly this way, we'll be able to find the stones. Yeah, I mean, really, we don't have much else to do right now besides find the stones. Like, there's supposedly some thief thing in the ice caves. Oh, this is interesting. What the frick? Intruder, who dares venture so deeply into the halls of Wintle? The mantle of woe is mine, do you hear? I have claimed the robe and its power. Behold the vestments I now wear. When I read the old stories, I had to learn the truth. Could it be that an item of such grand magica lies so close at hand? In the caves beneath my village, I could contain my eagerness no longer and jumped into the well. I have braved Rimhol's dangers, and at last my efforts were rewarded. Soon the dead shall walk, and time may veil, the dark shall lead them. I, too, practice the dark arts. Evil, you say, self-righteous fool, spare me your lecturing. There's no good in the world save that which we give ourselves.
You're growing weak.
The Mantle of Woe. Holy cow. So you drain your personality 100 points. You make yourself more vulnerable to weapons. You take sun damage, but your magicka is increased by 5 times. So and my conjuration is up 50 points, which is actually one of the areas I was incredibly weak in. Now I'm not too bad in any other place. Illusion I'm very bad in. now I have 432 magicka. Holy cow, I can be a wizard now. Alright, well. It's a pretty big weakness thing. But I don't know what the effects of having 0 personality are gonna be. Because that can't be good. Problem is now I have so much more magicka to regenerate. But theoretically I can cast like any spell now. This could theoretically take us to the rock. So this is what it feels like to be a mage. Totally sick. These ice capes are pretty cool. You know what? I don't need the fireball thing anymore. Fireball ring I'm carrying. I can ditch that. Honestly, I really love the vibe of this place, of this island. Just the snowy scenery and everything, like, just makes me want to play Skyrim. It's gonna be so dope. Holy cow, that bear can shoot fire? This bear had a ring? Dang, Daniel. Who knew? Today we found a perfect place to claim as our new home. We've done it, the bears and wolves have been driven from the cave. The bear took his grandpa's ring. That's how it started shooting fire. That's wild. Oh, that's so funny. I was like, what is going on? That's like probably one of the best encounters I've ever seen. Travel west to the sea and follow the swimmer to the waters of life. So we need to go find the water thing, I guess, if we're gonna do this in order. The water stone is on the western part of the island. Alright. Pretty much straight this way. The water stone. Travel west to a small island off the coast and follow the swimmer to seek the water of life. I don't see many sightseers. The cold horker and corkers usually drive people away. I used to be a ship captain, but that was before that night at sea. A few months ago, I was ferrying some settlers from Skyrim to Solsteam. I was tired, so tired. I fell asleep at the water. The ship drifted into a gale. By the time I awoke, it was too late. The ship capsized. There were only 2 survivors, me and an old man whose entire family was lost. I told the man of my terrible failure, and he used his power as a seer and wizard to punish me. I have been cursed with eternal wakefulness. I am exhausted, but I cannot sleep no matter what. Potions, magic, nothing works. The truth is I haven't slept at all in 6 months. If you happen to run into the seer, maybe you could convince him to lift. His name is Goliar the Mumbling. He lives by himself somewhere on Solstein. Do this for me, and I will share with you the most valuable secret I learned when I was a ship captain. That's dope. Oh, that's what we're looking for. Must follow the swimmer. Good thing we had the boots of blinding speed. I don't know how long we're gonna go for. I think I see ice. It's not on the map. Can I wear this safely underwater? The mantle? Whoa. Because this will help me cast infinite water breathing. Well, as infinite as I need. The waters of life. I have retrieved the waters of life. I should return with them to the Waterstone. Is that the stone? It is. I have returned the stone, stone of the waters of life, and completed the water ritual. Perfect. I think that's going to be where we go ahead and end for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to what we do next time. Bye.